In the early months of 2025, a political surprise shook the American media landscape. Elon Musk, billionaire entrepreneur, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and one of the most polarizing figures of the 21st century, was summoned to the White House by President Donald Trump. The announcement came not through an official press release, but via a characteristically cryptic tweet from Trump himself. Elon joining us to help fix Washington. Big things coming. DOGE knows best. The tweet was vague but explosive. Within hours, analysts and social media alike were ablaze with theories. The rumors were confirmed days later when Musk was officially appointed as the head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, abbreviated, cheekily, as DOGE, a nod to Musk's infamous involvement with the Dogecoin cryptocurrency. On paper, DOGE was a bold, disruptive initiative aimed at cutting government waste, streamlining operations, and bringing private sector sensibility to the often slow-moving gears of federal bureaucracy. In reality, it was a chaotic experiment, riddled with tension from the outset. Musk accepted the position with enthusiasm, promising to hack government like we hacked rockets. Almost immediately, he began slashing departments, eliminating redundant federal roles, and proposing the consolidation of entire agencies. His target was a $2 trillion reduction in spending, an ambitious, and some said, impossible goal. While he did succeed in carving out over $175 billion in cuts, only around $19 billion were confirmed and implemented, a fraction of what had been promised, and barely 0.5% of the federal budget. As the weeks passed, a quiet but unmistakable tension began to build between Musk and Trump. At first, it was brushed off, just two alpha personalities clashing under pressure, but insiders could feel the shift. The once warm dynamic turned cold. Musk, bold and unfiltered as ever, increasingly ignored White House advisors and publicly contradicted Trump's economic talking points. Trump, known for valuing loyalty above all else, began to sour. The warning signs were clear. Trump had done this before, with advisors, cabinet secretaries, and even personal lawyers. Loyalty was always temporary. Trust was always transactional. And now, the countdown had begun for Musk to be the next to go. The breaking point came in the form of a heated confrontation with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. In the middle of a budget negotiation, Musk reportedly shoved the 62-year-old veteran banker, leading to bruises and headlines. Trump didn't take long to pick a side. For the first time since Musk's arrival, the president publicly distanced himself from his star recruit. Behind closed doors, Trump had already made the decision. Elon was no longer useful, and like so many before him, he was about to be discarded. Outside the White House, the chaos was infecting Musk's empire. Tesla, once seen as the crown jewel of next-gen innovation, was now in free fall. The company's first quarter report was devastating. Profits down 71%, revenue down 9%, and global deliveries crashing by 13%. It was the worst drop Tesla had seen in over a decade. Wall Street was rattled, and Tesla's stock was in free fall, down over 30% year to date. One trading day in April saw a brutal 15% plunge in share value, marking Tesla's worst single-day loss in years. And it wasn't just the numbers. The Tesla brand, once a status symbol for the eco-conscious, tech-savvy consumer, had become radioactive. In Europe, sales cratered by 45% after Musk's political escapades alienated a customer base that had once worshipped the ground he walked on. Tesla showrooms in California, Berlin, and London were met with protests. Activist groups boycotted. Former fans voiced betrayal. The magic was gone. The data backed it up. Tesla's favorability rating had collapsed to just 3%. Customer interest was drying up. Loyalty had turned to ridicule. Musk, once considered the genius savior of sustainable transport, had tarnished the very brand he built. And now the question loomed larger than ever. Should Elon step away? Many thought he had to. His presence, once a strength, had become a liability. He wasn't seen as a visionary anymore. He was seen as a political agitator, a distraction, and worst of all, a fading icon. Tesla needed leadership that could repair its image, regain customer trust, and reconnect with the mission that once made the company a symbol of the future. That future now looked dim. The man who launched it had now become its biggest threat. Musk's decision to step down from Doge came not as a bold statement, but as a quiet retreat. He framed it as a shift in priorities, a need to return to what matters, to focus on the core of his companies. But it was clear to everyone watching, Trump had moved on. Musk had outlived his usefulness, and the Trump-Musk alliance, like so many others, ended not with fireworks, but with CI.